We are headed to, well, it's Friday afternoon. We're heading to Dayton, Ohio. Actually, Hillsboro, Ohio. It's further than Dayton from our house. And tomorrow morning, we're going to teach a class to certify a group of archery instructors. That'll take about half a day. If everybody's in line and you have, and I'm saying this to you guys as instructors, everybody's bows on their toes, they're right side up, little Johnny's not facing the wrong direction. I'm kind of looking and I'm like, okay. And I get the whistle in my hand and I go back here on the other side of the line. I can see everybody. And then I'm gonna blow the whistle one time and you're gonna watch everybody shoot their arrows. You might, as a coach, you might come along here and be like, hey, that looks great, but if you would next time, it looks like you're dropping your arm as you're shooting. Kind of raise it up and you can start coaching. We're gonna head to the ridge and do what?
We're going to start on either shed and the house. And what else did we do today?
We did a habitat build all day. The whole team did, which was pretty cool.
Doing well here in the Muncie area, and since it's beginning, other organizations.
Yeah, excited to try out the Alaskan chainsaw mill. Watched a million videos on it, and we've had it for a little bit, just haven't had time to build it, or to try it out. So hopefully we'll get a chance to this weekend. Granberg Alaskan chainsaw mill and an off-brand rail system for making your first cut. Hopefully one day I'll be able to just do things just because I want to do them and not because they're the most efficient, most cost-effective, or any kind of reason like that. But I'm just kind of a master of piddling, and that's what I would like to design my life to be one day. So. I'm probably 10 minutes or so into it, and I would say I'm at least halfway through it. Okay, so other than adjusting it to my specific chainsaw, this is the Alaskan mill made by Granberg. The easy rail took a little while to put together. I probably spent about an hour, maybe not quite, putting this dude together. Okay, punk. All right, punk. Yep. Keep coming, keep coming. Oh, no more. No more. No more. Oh, oh. No more. right. Yeah, it looks a little old, but shoot, might be good for some.
I thought we were gonna do this one.
Oh, we can do that. I figure this one will come out maybe easier because it should slide right on top of that. I'm hoping, but I don't know. It might be so slick that it slides off of there too. Find out.
What?
Let's get it, Hoss. So when you start on this one, I might have to like help because it's probably going to come down and maybe dig right here. So I might have to like back up, try to pick it up. We'll see. Or yeah, go easy with it because I might even be able to take like a log and let it like roll on it. I don't know if that's any good for anything, but we're having fun doing it. And that's really all that I care about. There she goes. Oh, beast mode fun. I love it. Look at that. Parking that dude right by. Way to go, babe. This will be a good way.
We're gonna build a house.
Huh?
I said we're gonna build a house.
Yeah. One log at a time, fucking. One log at a time.
Don't notch it.
Hmm?
You're notching it.
Well, I'm not down through the bark yet. It's a little bit satisfying.
What, baby?
I said it's a little satisfying, but there's got to be an easier way, I'm sure.
What about this is satisfying?
Yeah, there you go. Now that's a fire. Uh-oh. Might be onto something. Hey, bug. It's not bad. It's a little satisfying, kind of. One of the easiest things so far has been this. Proud of yourself over there?
Let me try. Let me give it a whirl.
And that draw knife doesn't work too bad now that it's started.
It's just thick.
Yeah. I could see building a set of sawhorses sooner than later, so it's at a better height to work. And that's so rocky.
There's a deer up at Pine Ridge.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm sure there's a better way to get the bark off, and maybe it's because it's still green. I'm not really sure, but what we're doing isn't a speed process by any means, which chainsaw milling altogether isn't really a speed process, so it might take us a while. Luckily when we're here we really have nothing but time, and that's kind of the beauty of it all. I always feel like if you don't understand like the process of something, or the beauty in the process of something, then you're probably not going to understand me. And I think that in business, and I know I referenced something else in business on these videos a while back, but I think the same thing there. It's like really what you're after isn't some sort of a finished result or final result. It is about man, just the memories that you make and the growth that you make along the way, more than just whatever sort of destination you seem to have in your mind. Because a lot of times when you have a destination in mind, once you get there, you immediately set for something new, another goal, and so on. And I don't know, I think it's nice just to enjoy the process. So that's kind of the thought with what we're doing today, is just for those of you that can find the appreciation in just the process of doing what we're doing, then that's what this video, maybe it's for you. But if you have a better way of stripping bark off of a tree, let me know. I'd love to hear it. So we have a draw knife. Tried that. That's a little bit tough. A hatchet. That's tough also. And the shovel seems to work the best so far, at least for the bulk of it. And the only reason we're stripping the bark off anyway, and we're definitely no expert, we've never even done this before, but the reason we're stripping the bark off is just so that I don't dull the chain quicker than I need to, because we did have to drag this through the dirt. So it's got a lot of dirt on it. We have a pressure washer at home, but not one here. And if we tried to do that, that would be a little awkward anyway, because we're limited on our water and electricity and so on. So the most logical thing to do, unless we're trying to create a live edge something, is just to strip the bark. Huh? Yeah. No, I think we're good with the bark. Alright. Sawmill. Rail system. So we bought this, and it seemed like the thing to get, but I don't know. There's a lot of moving pieces and loosening up this and tightening up this and adjusting this. And really what that's for, if I didn't explain it already, is just the first cut. Once you have that first cut, obviously you're going to have a flat surface, and then you can use the chainsaw mill just to rest on that new flat surface. But I got my buddy Shane looking at a design. I saw it on YouTube. Surviving Ringworm is his channel, but it's just a couple metal plates that you'd screw on each end of the log, and then two like 2-inch square tubing steel that would rest on top of that and kind of get the same job done. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this whole process is just setting up the first cut, and then I think after that it ought to be pretty good. That's probably why cutting smaller logs might not be worth the time. But really, what's worth the time? You're not I'm not doing it for a business. I enjoy the process, or I think I'm going to. Okay. Yeah. That height of that is pretty rough.
Can you stack another couple logs?
I don't think so. I think it's so dang wobbly already.
Probably should.
Huh?
Probably is.
You are? Ain't done nothing yet, Punky.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think those other two rails would be a whole lot quicker, but we'll find out. We'll see. See there. So now, you gotta switch the chain out, put it in there, and see what happens. Hi, bug. Where's the chain? It's here somewhere. I think it's in that. That took way longer than I hoped that it takes once you know what you're doing. But basically it just mounts to the chainsaw like this, and then slides on top of that rail like this. So yeah, guess we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna spend all day on one log making the first cut, but that's what happens when you don't know what the heck you're doing. You just figure it out. So the first time I tried to set it up, the this part right here was pinching the sprocket, and it wasn't letting the chain roll. So now we should be good. Are you ready? What are you eating? Look at that. That's good, isn't it? Okay. So let's see what happens this time. Well, that's kind of fun.
Is it?
It is kind of fun. So, that should be, we don't have a board yet, but we have at least a one
We'll use
cut.
that for the shed though.
What? Yeah.
Those other people.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Need a little hand broom or something, or a blower. See this or not? Okay, so there's the first cut. Took like 6 hours to get to it. But it was actually kind of fun. There's a nut laying here that I'm assuming came loose from somewhere. I don't know where. I'll have to figure that out. It looks like one of these dogs, which looks like a bolt missing too. So
I hope it's right there. Right here. On this side.
okay. But yeah, a lot of vibration happening there, I guess. So. But yeah, that was fun. I think you could get the hang of it after a while. Woo, puppy. Okay. First 1-inch board ever milled. By me, anyway. I think it looks pretty nice. I don't know how well you can see it. I'll kind of run it up through here. But I think it looks pretty nice. It was definitely a learning experience. I think it's one of those things where you do it the first time, it takes 6 hours. And then any other time you do it after that, it takes 1/10 of the time. So some of the problems I ran into was, well, one, just not knowing what the heck I was doing. But also, things seemed to loosen up, and it was a lot about just fitting the jig to the saw, or the saw to the jig. But I don't think, like, as far as power with the chainsaw or anything like that, it's a Echo CS590 Timberwolf. It's a 59cc saw and a 20-inch bar. And I've got a Granville, which is the, Granberg, which is the name of the mill, Alaskan mill, or the brand of it. I have their milling chain. So, I mean, all in all, it went really well. It cut, I felt like, really easily. Like I said, mostly just things loosening up, and I'm, here at the ridge, I don't have all of my tools, so if I'd had a simple wrench instead of the chainsaw tool, it would have been easier to adjust a few things. So live and learn, but I'm gonna keep going at it, and like I said, once you get the first one down, I think then you're in good shape. But I need to adjust the mill just a little bit, and then we're gonna go through the rest of the boards. Nice boards there. First time chainsaw milling. So my thought is, it is a lot of work. Very satisfying though. Provides a lot of sawdust, which seems wasteful. I know the width of the chain is a lot wider than, say, a bandsaw. So thoughts on chainsaw milling. I just finished one log, 8 foot long, and ended up with 5, actually 4 really nice 1x8 or 10s, and one that's probably going to need to be ripped down to like a 1x4. Might get like a 1x8 4 foot long, and then the other half it was tapering pretty good. So anyways, 5 1x8 or 10s. It's a lot of work. It's really satisfying. It's one of those things that might take you 6 hours to do the very first time, and then 30 minutes to do any time after that. So it's just a lot of like figuring out how it works. I noticed my chain kept binding and I couldn't figure out why that was, but I figured that out now. As I'm pushing on the chain, on the jig or the mill, this log, you can kind of barely see it, but this log's rocking back and forth. And when that log rocks back and forth, it's binding that bar. So anyways, one of the first projects I need to do is probably build a set of sawhorses or some sort of a table to mill on. And part of the reason why it's so much work is I'm old, and getting down on your knees in this hard dirt is kind of rough. It's just an awkward working height. So anyways, if I could get it up right here, I think it would be more enjoyable and more productive. Part of the problem there is you got to be able to get the log up that high, so that could be a challenge too. So anyways, it's a lot of fun. I think we're going to build a lot of stuff with the chainsaw mill. I may have mentioned this before in the video, but I would have bought an actual bandsaw. I think there are so many advantages to that, and it'd be way easier. The problem with the bandsaw is I have to get the logs to the bandsaw. Well, a lot of steep terrain, a lot of places, we don't have a tractor, so there's just a lot of places back in there that I don't think I could get the log to, say, this area, but I can get a small portable mill, the Alaskan chainsaw mill, to the log and then haul out the lumber from there. So that's the reason why we went with this. But maybe one day we'll try out a bandsaw mill. So might work, I don't know.
You have it working?
Yeah, it looks pretty green, but it might be just the color of that wood. This seems pretty good.